Hello, sports nuts. The Big D is ready to recap Week 15 of the 2024 NFL season. Before I dive into the numbers, please subscribe, like, and share the Driving to the Top Productions and Spunky Stretching Sports YouTube pages. You can also see the stream on my Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube pages. As host of the Big D podcast, you can always see me, Spotify, and Apple. So, you know, the games meaning more and more as we hit the later stages of the season, and everybody's thinking who's going to end up in the Super Bowl, who's going to make the playoffs, who's going to get a bye, who missed the playoffs, what coach should be fine. I'm here to answer all that and then some. But how about the game of the day, maybe the game of the year in the NFL? So that being the Bills and Lions. And so what Buffalo did last week against the Rams, I think a lot of people thought Detroit was going to run roughshod over the Bills. Well, Josh Allen all but cemented his MVP as the Bills come from Detroit with an impressive 48-42 road win. Maybe in a way, Detroit is like Buffalo's second home. Maybe Josh Allen at a dome is never a bad thing, but you know, lately, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson have all but shared the MVP. Well, I mean, Aaron Rodgers did for a year or two, but we know who's going to win the MVP this year. It's going to be Josh Allen. I don't think there's any question about it. And what he's done the last 3 or 4 weeks is crazy. What if I told you Josh Allen's last 4 games against the Chiefs, 49ers, Rams, and Lions? 1,114 passing yards, 223 rushing yards, 8 passing touchdowns, 7 rushing touchdowns, and 1 receiving touchdown. And since being engaged, 14 touchdowns, no picks. Not bad. And one of those games was in snow. Josh Allen is simply, quite possibly, the most talented quarterback, not just in the NFL, but he's given John Elway a run for his money in terms of most talented quarterbacks. Not saying Josh Allen's the best, but give me a quarterback 6'5", 240, runs 4.6, runs past through linebacker, and then throws an 80-yard bomb. I don't think anybody can do it. And yesterday, Josh Allen was unfreaking believable. 23 of 34, 362. And he rushed in 2 more touchdowns. I mean, simple. Nope, you're not wanted. Nope, you are not wanted. I'm streaming.
My screen is coming now.
No, I'm good. I already ate. I'm full. Yeah, people are asking me for ice cream. I'm like, no, I'm trying to watch. No, I actually already ate ice cream. But Josh Allen's amazing, and I mean, people may want to poo-poo him because he hasn't won a Super Bowl, hasn't even played in one. But Josh Allen's amazing, and for the Bills, he's had to carry them more than 7 points, but the last couple of weeks with 10 touchdowns. I'm not sure Josh Allen's ever played this well. I'm not sure Josh Allen's played even the playoff games 3 years ago. We got 9 touchdowns and somehow lost one of those games. Simply, even though the final score was 48-42, it never really looked that close. Buffalo got out early and stayed ahead. I mean, usually Detroit's a great front-running team, but yesterday Detroit played from behind the whole game. I mean, Josh Allen, bam, bam, bam. It was like good old heavyweight fight, but Buffalo was hitting heavy punches, and then Detroit couldn't respond at all. I mean, Josh Allen, rushing touchdown, rushing touchdown. Down. And I mean, usually when the Lions play anybody, particularly against a soft zone team, a soft team like the Bills, Detroit dominates the running game. Well, the Bills were the team dominating the running game. I mean, what? I don't think anybody. I couldn't even believe it. The Bills ran for 197 yards. The Lions 48 yards. 48. The Bills quadruple Detroit on the ground. Now, true. Detroit only ran the ball 15 times. And Buffalo averaged almost 6 yards a pop on the ground. I mean, I'm not sure the Bills' offense was be better. I mean, ran the ball 34 times, passed the ball, 34 times, so perfect symmetry there. Red zone grade, maybe one or two many penalties. But simply, I think we saw the best quarterback in the NFL and maybe the best team, although Philadelphia will have something to say about it. Maybe Green Bay, Kansas City. But Buffalo's offense, trade Steph Diggs, let Gabriel Davis go. And the Bills' offense never looked this good. I mean, all three Bills running backs scored touchdowns. Josh Allen finding guys, making plays. I don't know. I'm not sure anybody could do. I mean, Khalil Shakir. I mean, outside of Buffalo, people have probably never heard of him making plays. Actually, Ty Johnson didn't score one on the touchdown, excuse me, but he had 100 plus receiving yards. So he made all three Bills made an impact in the game. Even the one play where he didn't throw a touchdown pass, Josh Allen threw a chest pass through Dalton Kincaid. It's just crazy what the Bills did. I mean, I don't. I'm honestly still stunned by what happened. But to me, the big story of the game is not just what Josh Allen did, but what the Lions failed to do. Now, Detroit's got injury concerns on both sides of the ball, particularly on defense. I mean, Detroit went in that game with too many guys to list. Now, defensive lineman McNeil out for the year with torn ACL. Coleman Davis with broken jaw, so he may be out until the NFC Championship game, if not the Super Bowl. So now Detroit's down two more starters. Oh, and David Montgomery, part of the league's best backfield tandem, is done for the year with a torn MCL. So Detroit's hurt. And Detroit yesterday could not run the ball. I mean, only 48 rushing yards. And I don't care how good your quarterback is, you're not going to win games running the ball 15 times and throwing 59. And I mean, Jared Goff was great. I mean, threw for 500 yards, 494, 5 touchdowns. It's funny. Jared Goff won a game this year throwing 5 picks and lost a game throwing 5 touchdowns. Talk about a whirlwind adventure. But honestly, it was very un-Detroit like. Not really a physical game plan. A lot of man-to-man. Josh Allen ate up the Lions defensively. And then Detroit couldn't run the ball, and so Goff ended up throwing the whole game. Great for fantasy. Great if you use Amon Ra, except when he fumbled. He caught 14 for 193 and a touchdown, 66-yarder. Laporta caught 7 balls for 111. Jahmyr Gibbs caught 5 for 83 and a touchdown. He might be the guy, the number one running back the next couple of weeks because Detroit's going to need to win out. I mean, Jameson Williams, Tim Patrick caught a touchdown pass, so did Dan Skipper, but Jahmyr Gibbs had more receiving yards than the entire Detroit team had rushing yards yesterday. That's something I didn't think we see, particularly with Buffalo's nickel defense. I thought Detroit could have run the ball better. I know Detroit fans going to ask me, what do you think about Dan Campbell going for an onside kick down 10? Is that a little early? No, I mean, Dan Campbell's aggressive and he's seeing what everybody else is. The Bills are kicking all butts. He's thinking, I need to steal the possession one way. I mean, Josh Allen isn't going to give it away, so guess what? We need an onside kick. Unfortunately, you're better off catching. You're better off getting defense. Are better off getting Haley Steinfeld than getting an onside kick. So, I mean, Detroit out of the Super Bowl bubble. I say, yeah, all the injuries. I mean, now they actually have to play outdoors in Chicago, Santa Clara, and finish with a critical Week 18 game against the Vikings. Ooh. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they are 11-3 and have pretty easy finish with the Patriots twice and the Jets. So, Kansas City's got a difficult finish with Houston, at Pittsburgh, at Denver. Who knows if Mahomes plays in any of those games? I'll get into that a little later. But you're the Bills. Josh Allen's going to win the MVP. Get the defense healthy. Get the secondary healthy. And then let the chips fall as they may. Because this Buffalo team's going to have to win a Super Bowl. Josh Allen's fall to town. They're not playing a Super Bowl. I mean, it doesn't feel right. Josh Allen is missing Super Bowls. I mean, Dan Marino only played in one. That doesn't seem right. I want to see Josh Allen. The good people of Buffalo deserve a Super Bowl. The Bills have been like Buffalo's been like the bridesmaid city, whether it be the Bills, the Sabres, everyone. Hopefully Buffalo can change it. And for the Lions, I mean, can the Lions get somebody back on defense? But Detroit might have to be more aggressive. Who knows? One thing that everybody in the NFC will have to be fighting is Green Bay. And honestly, right now, I think the Packers would beat Detroit if they played on a neutral field. I mean, Green Bay won 30-13 in a game that didn't even feel that close. And honestly, I'm loving this Green Bay power running game. It's an old school approach, but Green Bay's it's funny. Vince Lombardi would love the power running. Maybe put in a little Green Bay sweep in there, but the three big running back additions were Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, and Josh Jacobs. And Josh Jacobs got fed early and often. I mean, 26 carries, 94 yards. I think he even caught 4 passes. So, honestly,
It's your mother.
What do you want?
I need to get a yearbook.
Oh. Mom's trying to come in the stream. Oh, no. Can you wait like 20 minutes, Mom? Oh. All right. Well, this is going to be fun. Mom's coming in the stream. It should be unlocked for you.
You're not even on there.
Yeah, I am.
Who? Stinky poo?
Oh, wait till I trash his dolphins. He's not gonna like me then.
Who's the guy that's in the hospital with that?
Oh,
Got that big head?
one of the dolphin
Yeah.
wide receivers. Okay, so I'm back to Green Bay and Seattle. I mean, Green Bay's team is changing. I mean, the Packers been more more running. I mean, yesterday ran the ball 34 times, threw it 27. And really, Green Bay doesn't have a true number one. They've got really good wide receivers, but I don't know if Green Bay's got a true number one. Not that it matters. And Romeo Dobbs returned from concussion, caught two touchdowns. But anyone could have a big day. And at least Jaden Reed caught 5 passes, so anybody used him in fantasy is thankful. But Green Bay's defense been great. I mean, Edgerrin Cooper, Zach Kingsley, and a Barry sack with Sean Gary, Twin and Cox. I mean, 7 sacks, a lot of pressure, whether it be Gino or Sam Howell who replaced him. And frankly, the final score was 30-13. It didn't even look that close. And for Seattle, I think this team's got problems. I mean, we all saw the tackle on Geno Smith. Who knows if it was illegal or not? I mean, commentators said no. I mean, it wasn't the best looking tackle we've ever seen. I mean, but yeah, thank you, Pass Thomas. Hi, I do like the dog, but with Seattle, I'm not sure the Seahawks can win another game if Sam Howell's playing behind that offensive line. I mean, he was sacked way too many times in Washington last year. And now he's under duress with Seattle. Seahawks lost his center. No Kenneth Walker. And now potentially no Geno Smith. Okay. No Geno left the game with a knee injury, but what is it? Donald undergo testing on his right knee. Didn't return. And then so, I mean, Seattle will hope that it's just a minor injury. Remember, the Seahawks play not this Thursday night, but the next Thursday night against the Bears. So they have a difficult stretch of Green Bay, Minnesota, at the Bears, at the Rams. So Green Bay's playing three straight NFC North games. Maybe the Packers will decide who wins the North. The Seahawks will decide. Seahawks will decide who wins the NFC North more, but liking James Standing caught 10 passes. I know DK Metcalf, people are all pissed. I mean, he caught 3 for 28, but really, DK Metcalf's almost becoming like AJ Brown 2.0. Maybe DK Metcalf's got to say something, and it could throw him the dang ball. So, I mean, right now, I think Green Bay's a definite Super Bowl contender. Maybe it's a year early, but with that coach, that quarterback, that running game, aggressive defense, I think the Packers could end up in New Orleans. And hey, I don't think the NFL would mind a Green Bay Packer cheese with beignets in the Big Easy. I mean, they've won Super Bowls in New Orleans. And maybe the biggest injury worry for teams, yes, for a Super Bowl contender was Patrick Mahomes, what looks like a high ankle sprain against the Browns. Even the Chiefs won 21-7. Frankly, I don't know what it is, but Mahomes is seemingly hurt in all these playoff runs. I'm surprised he's lasted this long behind Kansas City's patchwork offensive line. I mean, but thankfully, Mahomes avoided damage and injury until now. Hopefully it's nothing serious and he'll be able to play. But this team feels like they need. I mean, who knows? I mean, Chiefs have a game and a half lead basically over the Bills. So is there a chance the Chiefs rest Mahomes with that crazy Sunday, Saturday, and then Wednesday, Christmas Day schedule? Who knows? I think the Chiefs need home field advantage. Even though Kansas City won Buffalo last year, this Bill team feels way different. Way different. And the Bills could get healthy on defense. I mean, Kansas City, Marquise Brown could come back this week. Maybe the offensive line could get somewhat in shape, but frankly, Mahomes might have to put on the cake. And for the Browns, disappointing game. James Winston turned back into bad James. Can't have those turnovers. Who knows he even plays next week against the Bengals. And you feel bad in a way for Myles Garrett. You feel bad that one of the best players in the NFL might end up not playing another meaningful game due to his team's quarterback situation. But Chiefs 13-1. For once, didn't have to play a one-score game, which is a miracle. But you know, I mean, there were a lot of meaningless games yesterday. I mean, Jets, Jaguars. I mean, not for fantasy purposes. I mean, Jets won 32-25. Good they've used Devontae Adams or Brian Thomas Jr. Both guys went nuclear yesterday. Why is it that Aaron Rodgers is playing so well in Florida now? Maybe Aaron Rodgers should be on somebody's banana boat instead of playing quarterback for the Jets. Because Aaron Rodgers, 289, 3 touchdowns. Devontae Adams, 198, 2 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson caught a touchdown pass. Brian Thomas went 10-25 for 105, 2 touchdowns. Brendan Strange caught 11 for 73. It was crazy, even in a meaningless game, seeing all the wide receivers put up points. But the Jets, hey, New York finally got a win. I think that's win number 4. And the Jags, well, yeah, we lost again. Can we end this season now before any more guys get hurt? Cincinnati and Tennessee. Another easy game. I mean, what's with the Bengals putting up 37 points literally every single game? But the big problem for Tennessee right now is Will Levis. I mean, back-to-back picks. He threw 3 picks on 12 passes, just not good enough. I mean, now I think Titan fans are pulling out their hair thinking Will Levis is our bleeping quarterback. And right now, he sucks. End quote. I mean, who knows? Maybe the Titans hired the wrong Callahan as coach. Maybe they got the wrong quarterback. I mean, the problem for Tennessee right now is that they probably won't get the number 1 pick because the Giants couldn't beat a Colt right now. And for the Bengals, yes, Joe Burrow, couple picks, fumble, but he's remarkable. I mean, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, don't let T. Higgins leave because that guy is probably the best number 2 in the league. And on some teams, he'd be a number 1. 5.88 and a touchdown. Chase Brown's been in fuego. Couple more touchdowns yesterday. mean, Bengals are 6-8. I hope they don't end up wasting Joe Burrow's career, but I think that's what's happened. Ugh, boy. And Baltimore being the New York Giants 35-14. By the way, what the heck is happening with Deontay Johnson? I thought he was going to make an impact for the Ravens, but he's going incognito. I mean, I heard today that he's been excused from all team activities, so either seemingly the Ravens don't want to lose him, but they don't want to use him. So whether it hurts the Ravens in the playoffs remains another story. But Lamar Jackson, unbelievable again, 5 touchdowns, 2 it's against the Giants. Rashad Bateman, 2 touchdowns. Justice Hill, Mark Andrews, and Jess Walker. Where have you been? Getting a touchdown. I mean, but Lee Neighbors caught 10 passes for 82 yards, touchdowns. So it seemed like all the LSU wide receivers, not named Odell Beckham, did something yesterday. But the Giants need a quarterback in the worst way. I mean, the Vito concussion, Tim Boyle finished the game. And, I mean, he threw a touchdown pass. I think Devin Singletary ran in another one, but they need help. They need help. Dallas, Carolina, I mean, Cowboys are making a run. I mean, it's too little too late for this year, but, I mean, they won in Charlotte. The Panthers aren't great. They're 3-11. But Rico Dowdle's finished story, ran it 25 times from 150 yards. CeeDee Lamb caught 9 for 116. And the Cowboys getting punched. I mean, the problem with the Cowboys is that Michael Parsons really good against crappy teams, but a non-factor against good teams. So, what are the Cowboys going to do? I would trade Michael Parsons, but Jerry Jones is probably going to end up signing him, but who knows? And for the Panthers, I mean, not a great Bryce Young game, too. Chuba Hubbard couldn't get going. The Panthers need linemen, wide receivers galore in this upcoming draft. A freaky game was that Washington New Orleans game where the Commanders got out to a big lead, and all of a sudden, the Saints kept marching back, and I'm like, is this going to happen? He said, I mean, Jane Daniels threw 2 touchdowns to Terry McLaurin, and Washington was up 17-0. I'm like, this game's over. And all of a sudden, the Saints kept scoring. I mean, Kamara, a couple of field goals, and then I think there was a timing issue where the Saints got another play or two that they shouldn't have. And New Orleans almost won the darn game. I mean, Spencer Rattler threw a touchdown pass to Foster Moreau as time expired. And then the Saints went for 2, didn't convert. So the Commanders got a big win. They're 9-5. I don't think they're going to catch Philadelphia, but stand a really good chance at the playoffs. The Saints, heartbreaker to lose, 5-9, probably out of playoff contention now, but still liking that New Orleans is playing hard for the interim cup. Maybe the most befuddling game on yesterday's slate was Miami and Houston. Texas won 20-12, but honestly, the Miami Dolphins have got big issues to fix. I don't know what it is, but like Miami's offensive line is bad. The receivers seemingly can only play in domes or warm cities. Well, guess what? The Dolphins are in the AFC East. They play in Buffalo, Foxborough, and MetLife Stadium. This isn't college football where you play every game against Florida, LSU, and Georgia. You every team will play cold weather games. I mean, the Green Bay Packers, Seattle Seahawks played last night. I don't think I heard anyone complain about how cold it was. Now, maybe the Rams and 49ers game the other night was different because they aren't used to the rain, but that's even near there. The Miami Dolphins have issues. Who knows if Chris Greer is fired? Who knows if Josh McDaniels is fired? Heck, I think Tua's part of the problem. I think Tua can only play in warm weather or don't. Because Tua's like winless when it's below 40 degrees. And yesterday, Tua was not great. I mean, Miami's running game, pitiful. Tua, 29 of 40, 196, and 3 picks. For a 60 passer rate. Not good enough. Tyreek Hill, 2 for 36. And let Derek Stingley Jr. get a couple interceptions. That cannot happen. And I understand Miami's missing guys on the offensive line. Jalen Waddle left very early in the game, but that's not good enough for Miami. And I mean, how do you run for 52 yards? Yeah, Houston's got a good defense, but CJ Stroud threw for 131. And Nico Collins got 4 passes and 2 of them for touchdowns. I mean, what are you doing, Jalen Ramsey? You're falling asleep. Right now, the Miami Dolphins are softer than the Bellkeeper. You see? The Miami Dolphins are softer than this Bellkeeper. That's you, Alex. That's your team. You are softer than my Bellkeeper. a, a teddy bear is tougher than the Miami Dolphins right now. Forget the head coach. Forget the quarterback. Forget the general manager. Fix this team because fundamentally, Miami's not being Buffalo anytime soon. You really think the Miami Dolphins are going to beat Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills? Heck no. Buffalo could run laps around the Dolphins. It's just a joke. Just a joke. Miami's playoff chances all but ended yesterday. I mean, Dolphins have to win out and get literally about 17 things going their way. And then maybe the statement game of the day. A couple statements. Philly and Pittsburgh. What a job by the Eagles. Out tumbling the Steelers. And there was a lot of controversy about A.J. Brown saying, feed me the ball, do this. Is Jalen Hurts good enough to win a Super Bowl? Well, the Eagles look like the Eagles. I mean, A.J. Brown caught 8 for 110. Devontae Smith, 11 for 109. Saquon wasn't great, but, Jalen Hurts, 25, 32, 290, 2 scores. But the Eagle defense has been great. I think Vic Fangio has proven to be maybe the best defensive coordinator hired this offseason. This Eagle team is certainly good enough to make another Super Bowl, if not win one. And for the Steelers, what might have been A, if Pickens plays, and B, what if Najee Harris doesn't fumble in the third quarter? It was 20-13, and then from there, the Steelers never really got anything going. Pittsburgh could have tied the game, if not won the game. Instead, Philly just controlled the rest of the game, and that was really a dominant, decisive win for the Eagles. So the Birds and Lions are 12-2, but the Eagles look like they're flying high, and the Lions look like it might be teetering. So who knows? How about a beatdown by the Bucks yesterday. The Tampa Bay Bucks absolutely ate the LA Chargers 40-17. I thought the Chargers were going to win that game. I thought it was a bad matchup for the Bucks. Instead, it was domination. The Bucks did whatever they want. Baker 4 touchdowns. Running the ball, the Bucks ran for 223 yards. And I think we're seeing something. Defenses can't run. Nobody can run on the Bucks because Villa weighs about 900 stone. And B, J.K. Dobbins has proven to be a more important part of the offense than we thought. I mean, Gus Edwards not going anywhere. Come on, Chargers don't trust Kamani Vidal. LA needs J.K. Dobbins back now. I don't think he's playing on Thursday night, but he'll be back for the playoffs. So be huge. And Justin Herbert finally threw his first interception in 330 something passes. But the Chargers need to get more wide receiver help because they would have seen the perfect example on the other side. I mean, Mike Evans now within 250 yards of another 1,000 yard season. I mean, 9 for 159, 2 touchdowns. Jalen McMillan, 575. So I said Jalen McMillan is one of my favorite rookie best ball picks. Rashawn White. I mean, I didn't even think Bucky Irvin would play earlier in the week. And he ran for over 100 yards. And the Bucks, some pressure. Levante David is turning into a sack master. Frankly, that was a beatdown. I mean, Jim Harbaugh might be glad the Chargers are playing on Thursday night, but Tampa's 8-6. But frankly, the Bucks look like the favorite to win the NFC South. And I mean, Baker really wasn't healthy after hurting his shoulder in 21 or 21. Yeah, 21 or 22. But the last couple of years, I think Baker's looked a lot better than we thought. And the Bucks are a dangerous team. Remember, they beat Philadelphia and Detroit earlier this year. And Baker Mayfield's not scared of playing in Philadelphia. The Bucks might like being on the road. They're like, yeah, we got you right where we want. The Bucks are just talented enough, not saying they will, to really annoy somebody. Yeah, that's actually a good one. And then maybe the dummy play of the year was Jonathan Taylor fumbling before scoring in a critical game for the Colts. But the story is not all on JT, but Anthony Richardson was not worthy of a top 5 pick. A big bugaboo for me. I thought he'd be it, but it doesn't look right. I think Richardson's problem is that he was more of an athlete than a quarterback. I mean, Anthony Richardson looked more ready for Mr. Olympus rather than Mr. Quarterback play. And you can't be 6'6", 250. I mean, 1738, 172, couple picks, and just bad executing, bad play calls. I mean, that one play where Donnie Mitchell threw it back to Richardson, and Nick Bonito intercepts it and then takes it to the house. Just unbelievable that the Colts basically gave 14 points to the Broncos. Took 7 off the board themselves and gave Denver. And frankly, they were turnovers from both sides. I mean, Bo Nix did not play well, but Bo Nix threw 3 passes, but it didn't matter. Denver's running game, nah, didn't matter. Walton Southern wasn't great, didn't matter. The Broncos defense is really good. Nick Bonillo's been a huge addition. Patrick Surtain is certainly, in my view, the league's best cornerback. And Sean Payton's a candidate for Coach of the Year. I don't think there's any question about it. I don't know if he'll win it because of Campbell, Tomlin, and other guys. But find me a team with like $90 million in dead cap and a rookie quarterback winning. You can't. And then Arizona beating the Patriots 30-17 didn't look. And to be honest with you, it didn't really look that close. I mean, Kyler. I don't know why Kyler has all of a sudden stopped running, but that's neither here nor there. Just Arizona, James Conner, one of my favorite players to watch, just grinds out yards, always ends up in their end zone. But speaking of touchdowns, you know how many catches Trey McBride's got in this year? It's a ridiculous amount of talking. But like, if you drafted Trey McBride, and trust me, I did. If you were in as many best ball drafts or regular drafts, I think I drafted Trey McBride in both my Yahoo drafts. I'm gonna feel sorry for him. Trey McBride's 5th in the league in receptions, but yet 0 touchdown receiving touches. And only one was on a fumble or rushing touchdown. That's crazy. Trey McBride could end up with 100 receptions, 1,000 yards, and 0 touchdowns. Josh Allen's got more receiving touchdowns than Trey McBride. And for New England, I like the emergence of Drake May. I think he's got a lot of ability. I just don't know whether or not New England will put enough around him. I mean, the Patriots' offensive line's a wreck. The running game, the wide receivers, not great. New England needs to spend the whole draft in free agency on wide receivers, linemen, maybe a new coach. Because even with Jaron Mayers in his rookie year, I think some people wonder if the Patriots should fire him. I mean, it might be too quick, but I think getting an offensive mind coach would help out Drake May. So 2 games tonight. I'll take the Vikings and the Falcons because I have no idea who's going to start for the Raiders right now. And give me Sam Darnold because I have no idea who's coaching for the Bears. They seemingly change coach every other week. So thanks for tuning into this stream on my Facebook, Twitch, YouTube pages. Thank you to all the men and women who served during the Battle of the Bulge on this day 80 years ago in Belgium. You guys were the real heroes of World War II, helping to defeat Hitler and the Nazis. And you are the greatest generation of fighters this country's ever seen. And we thank you for your service. And hopefully we never see anything like the Battle of the Bulge again.